As to why they didn't draft a quarterback. How you don't draft a Shedeur Sanders? How you don't do that, knowing how debilitated you are at the quarterback position, spanning years? I'm not saying you didn't draft a quarterback at all. I know they drafted a quarterback, but I'm talking about Shedeur Sanders. I'm talking about somebody early in the first 2 rounds.
Here's what I can tell you about the draft. If he would have fallen to the 7th round,
right,
the Steelers weren't drafting Shedeur Sanders.
Why?
Shedeur Sanders was not going to be picked by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Whatever the evaluation was, whatever decision was made, he was not going to be the quarterback picked, drafted, called by Mike Tomlin.
Because of talent, or because the hoopla they felt like that came with it?
That's breaking news.
That was not going to happen.
Breaking news.
I'm sorry, Mike. What was y'all's evaluation of the
It does not matter. He's not a Pittsburgh Steeler. He plays for the Cleveland Browns. I'll let the Cleveland Browns talk about his evaluation.
What's good with y'all? Yeah, we're back with another one, and today I want to talk about Shedeur Sanders pulling off that big win against the Pittsburgh Steelers, a win that just so happens to keep the Baltimore Ravens' playoff hopes breathing. Now listen to this, because Snoop Huntley said he planned to personally hit Shedeur up after the game yesterday, just to offer some encouragement, some real words and motivation to help keep those playoff dreams alive. Plus it shows the relationship between them is solid. And hold up, because a lot has already been said about the Steelers being one of the teams that passed on Shedeur in the draft. Instead, they chose to roll with an aging Aaron Rodgers and didn't even bother grabbing a quarterback for the future, which is wild when you think about it, because drafting Shedeur Sanders and bringing in Aaron Rodgers were never mutually exclusive moves. All that really showed was that they simply didn't want Shedeur like that. So yeah, we're definitely going to unpack all of that. But wait, because we also need to call out this clown behavior from Rex Ryan. He's been talking recklessly about Shedeur for the past couple of weeks now. Last week, before the Buffalo Bills game, he straight up said he wanted to see Shedeur throw an interception. And now this week, he's back again with more to say about Shedeur. So let's go ahead and break down those comments.
Coach, huh? Yeah, let's see. I mean, man, those rookies leading everything. That's why they won 3 games. This team ain't going to be close this game. Aaron Rodgers, I'm fascinated by that. I love seeing it. I mean, let's say what it is, right? When you look at it, it's all about Myles Garrett.
Going back to this game to look forward, you're talking about the Cleveland Browns being able to just win 3 games. Rightfully so, Rex. They're going to be a team to reckon with down the road by having this young roster.
Will you watch with teammates? Will you watch at home?
Nah, I'm trying to make it out of here so I could call Shedeur real quick and make sure he can get it done. So I'll probably just be, just watching it and get some rest.
The conversation with I heard Snoop called you before the game.
I called him. Okay.
But just
I think I don't know. I gotta check my phone, but I think I had like a missed call from him. And then, or a text, something. I don't know. Then I just called my old girl, like, 6:30, called him. I'm like, dang, bro, why are you still up? And he was like, bro, I'm excited, bro. He was excited they just got the win. And he was definitely words of encouragement and stuff for me. But that's just how he is. Like, he not just doing that just because it gives them, a chance now. I think the overall person he is and the time that we have spent together, he did nothing but speak life into me, and I truly appreciate him for that.
Hey, Shedeur, did you know Snoop before he was here with you in training camp?
Not personally, no.
So how did that connection between you two develop as quickly as it did?
I think because I always smiled and he always smiled. I think that's what it is. And then we just talk, and just had a conversation about God and why he feels like he was sent here. Just to give me them words of encouragement to keep me going and understand his story and understand how things panned out for him also. So he always told me be ready, and anytime I talk to him, like, he always positive, and that's kind of like people with the same vibe usually get along with each other.
So when I look back at these last few games, I honestly think Shedeur played well in 2 of the ones I was really locked in on. This Steelers game was one of them, especially since they had the 21st pick and chose to pass on him. And that matchup against Cam Ward was obviously huge too, because not that long ago, there was a real debate about who would go #1 overall. Now, whatever happened on draft day happened, But before that, and before the smear campaign that was pushed by the Giants and Brian Daboll, there was a very real, very serious conversation about who was going to be the first pick. Now, Shedeur showed flashes, and yeah, he threw a pick today that I thought was pretty ugly, but overall, I think he's played some good football. Some of those throws, sure, he probably needs to just throw them away, or maybe tuck it and step out of bounds, lose a few yards, whatever. But listen, that'll come. That comes with time. He's still extremely new to all of this. He's only been running with the ones for about 3 weeks, and he's already shown enough promise for them to keep riding with him. I'm glad he was ready when his opportunity finally showed up. I'm glad he's capable of making real game-changing plays. And that's one thing you can't really say about Dillon Gabriel this year. The offense just doesn't move the same way. They're getting into the red zone a lot more now. So yeah, man, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him. Now, Mike Tomlin, I know he's been saying all the right things in interviews about Shedeur, but let's be real. A coach with that kind of tenure absolutely had input on who they drafted and who they didn't. So when he was asked about Shedeur Sanders, he clearly didn't feel strong enough to stick his neck out for him, even with his relationship with Coach Crime. And I just want people to remember that, because I keep seeing folks say he's always supported Shedeur and talked about his growth. Nah, I'm not really trying to hear that, because when it mattered, he wasn't on board with selecting him, and they needed a quarterback, period. And it's not like they had the first pick and took Cam Ward instead. Nah, you were sitting at 21, and if Shedeur was still on the board, a lot of people viewed that as a steal based on talent and film alone. Instead, people went out of their way to highlight weaknesses while ignoring the obvious truth that every young QB comes into the league raw with flaws, strengths, and a learning curve, and only rarely does anyone hit the ground running. And even then, they're not MVP ready. They still have lessons to learn. So yeah, man, shout out to Shedeur. They've still got Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals left on the schedule. That's definitely going to be interesting. And I'll leave you with this. The main thing for Shedeur right now is proving he's QB1 heading into next year. So he's still playing for something. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.